Thank you for watching another video by Impound Comics. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hey, what's up? I'm Brent Trey Sands, the writer and the creator of Impound Comics. I'm here today to explain how to make your own comic books, specifically on just how you set up comic book pages in this video. I also need to remind you guys to like, subscribe, and comment on this video to boost our YouTube channel. Most comic book creators, like myself, are only writers. It's very rare that a person can write the comic books and illustrate them. And for people who can, they are very blessed. That's like being the rapper and the producer when you're making music. And if you are blessed enough to do both, more power to you. But for those specifically who are writers like myself, you also have to find an illustrator. The place that I would suggest that you find an illustrator, one is on Facebook. There are lots of comic book art groups, and you can find plenty of illustrators there. The other place that I would suggest is an app called Fiverr, where you can post an ad with your budget, and you can also find many artists on Fiverr. Now let's just assume you already have your characters and you're ready to start writing your comic book stories. That'll literally be one page and one panel at a time. Each page you want it to average anywhere from 1 to, I would say, about 5, possibly 6 panels. I wouldn't want to go too far over 6 because the page starts looking way too clustered, and you have to consider that there will be words added at the end. For this example, I'm going to be using 3 panels. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is write your comic book page, and it'll look something like this. When you're writing comic book pages, you break them down into panels. And this is a page from my comic book, Lady Monarch, and we're going to talk about this character, Amini, in panel 1 who's screaming. Then panel 2 will just be Lady Monarch's eyes because Amini got her attention. Then panel 3, Lady Monarch will be flying towards Amini. Now that you have your script, you send that over to the illustrator, and the first thing that they should be sending back is just basic sketches of what you told them to illustrate. Here's an example of the basic sketch from the script that I shown you. And in these sketches, you're not going to see any real detail. It's just to make sure the body language of what you instructed looks correct. If you approve everything, you move on from here. If you want them to revise some of the body language, you tell them to do some revisions. Next, you move on to the line art. This is a more detailed version of the sketch. You should actually be able to see like the characters' faces possibly. It just gives you more detail so that if you need another revision, you can do it from here, or the illustrator is just closer to getting your work completed. Now from this point, they'll be sending you back your page with what is called base color. It is a detailed and colored illustration of your page, but it's not the final details of the coloring. As you can see, the artwork is very flat. Everything looks flat. Sometimes people like their artwork to stay like this, but me personally, I want to go more detailed. Now here is the final result of my comic book page. You see there's way more detail than the base art, and I love the way you finish with the detail. Now after this detail colored is added, I will be adding words. However, I didn't do that for this video, but that's where you will be putting the word bubbles and finishing up your page. And you will go through this process one page, one panel at a time until you have your completed comic book. And that is how you put together a comic book. Thank you for watching another video by Impound Comics. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Want to see more cartoons and animations from Impound Comics? Well, we need your help. To subscribe to our Patreon, go to patreon.com/Impound Comics. That's patreon.com/Impound Comics and pick one of our monthly subscriptions to help us grow and innovate.